Wake up, rise up, Mell, be on the line. News, weather, truth, she delivers on time. Affirm your power, let the doubt unwind. Kickstart your soul, let your purpose shine. She don't just talk, she sparked the flame from 7 to 8. She runs the game, Jamaica to New Orleans and all the world. The vibe don't sleep. Mell B drop gems while the world counts sheep. No fluff, no cap, just facts and fire. Affirmation flow that lifts you higher. Wake up, rise up, Mell B on the line.
Grand Rising, my kings and queens. It's your girl, Mell B, back in the booth on Lux Radio Network. It's Tuesday, February 10th, and today we're choosing joy on purpose, not by accident, not by mood, but on purpose. Let this Tuesday be the day you smile for no reason, celebrate small wins, and let gratitude do heavy lifting. All right, on for our affirmation of the day, and I read, joy is my choice today. I welcome ease, laughter, and light into every moment. Today can feel like the in-between day. This affirmation shifts the energy from autopilot to intentional joy, helping us create emotional momentum instead of waiting for it. All right, our word of the day is buoyant, meaning cheerful, optimistic, able to stay lifted even when challenges try to weigh us down. Our urban slang phrase of the day is glow mode, meaning when your confidence, peace, and aura are shining without effort. All right, on to our news. United States headline news. Executive order for Project Volt. President Trump signed an executive order today establishing the U.S. Strategic Critical Minerals Reserve, a $12 billion public-private initiative named Project Volt. The move is designed to stockpile essential minerals like rare earth elements to reduce reliance on foreign supplies, particularly China. All right, then we have $120 million Medicare fraud takedown. Federal authorities have uncovered a massive $120 million fraud scheme involving adult daycare centers and pharmacies. The investigation has spanned several states, centers, and on fraudulent billing to Medicare and Medicaid for services and prescriptions that were never even provided. Next up, we have Senate hearing on media ownership. The Senate Committee on Commerce, Science, and Transportation is convening a high-profile hearing today titled "We Interrupt This Program: Media Ownership in the Digital Age." Lawmakers are set to debate the impact of tech giants on local journalism and legalities around the AI-generated content in the news cycle. All right, on to city news. New York, the NYC DOT is finalizing plans to make open streets permanent year-round fixtures in several key Brooklyn and Queens corridors to support local businesses. New York City's community event today is the Adult Chamber Music Reading Party at Church Street School for Music and Art at 7 p.m., a local gathering for musicians to play together. Los Angeles, City Council is voting today on a mandatory cool reef initiative for all new developments to combat the urban heat island effect. Los Angeles community event today is the KCRW Trivia Night at Reed Recreation Cafe at 6 p.m., a team-based trivia social with prizes. Chicago, a pilot program for subsidized digital transit passes launches this week to improve transit equity for low-income Southside residents. Chicago's community event today is the Trivia at Punch Bowl Social at 310 North Green Street at 7 p.m. Pop culture trivia, hosted by the stupendous Trivia Sparkle Squad. Atlanta city officials have announced a major expansion of the urban agriculture program, converting 3 vacant city-owned lots into community-managed vegetable gardens. Atlanta's community event today is the Folk Book Fair, held at the Kirkwood Branch Library at 6 p.m., a community effort to collect books for local literacy programs. Houston. The Port of Houston is celebrating a milestone today as it breaks ground on a sustainable energy terminal designed to export green hydrogen. Houston's community event today is Screenwriting Essentials Workshop at the Houston Public Library Central Branch at 6:30 p.m., a workshop for local creatives to learn the basics of cinematic writing. Washington, D.C. The Smithsonian Institute has released its 2026 America at 250 Master Plan, featuring a series of free community festivals scheduled for the National Mall this summer. Washington, D.C.'s community event of the day is Folger Shakespeare Library Public Tour on Capitol Hill at various times, a walkthrough of the newly renovated historic research facility. Miami. Miami-Dade County is reviewing a proposal to implement floating schools for environmental education, utilizing the bay to teach students about marine conservation. Miami's community event today is the Youth Arts Enrichment Workshop at the Miami-Dade Department of Cultural Affairs, a session for local parents and kids to learn about city-funded art programs. Tampa. The city of Tampa has officially opened its new Smart Transit Center downtown, featuring AI-integrated pedestrian safety crossings. Tampa's community event today is the Florida State Fair, at the Florida State Fairgrounds, a massive regional event featuring agricultural exhibits, livestock, and local food heritage. Newport Richey. Good morning, Dad. The Newport Richey City Council is holding a public workshop today to finalize the riverfront beautification project along the Coatee River. Newport Richey's community event today is the City Council regular meeting at City Hall at 6 p.m., a transparent forum for residents to address local infrastructure and park concerns. Milwaukee. Good morning, family. The Milwaukee County Transit is debuting its Transit Equity Dashboard today, providing real-time data on how bus route changes are affecting various neighborhoods. Milwaukee's community event today is Clean Rivers, Clean Lakes Conference, at the Discovery World Museum at 8 a.m., a gathering for local environmentalists and residents to discuss lake health. Vancouver. The Vancouver City Council is voting today on new green building mandate that requires a new skyscrapers to include vertical gardens or solar glass. Vancouver's community event today is the Lunar New Year Night Market in Chinatown, the final days of celebrations featuring local artisan crafts and original tea ceremonies. Toronto. Metrolink has announced a new weekend Go Transit Pass for families, aiming at boosting tourism and reducing car traffic in the downtown core. Toronto's community event today is the Design TO Festivals workshops at various locations, public sessions focusing on sustainable architecture that improves city living. Bless up, Jamaica. Kingston. The Ministry of Culture has officially launched a reggae digital archive to preserve 1960s era vinyl records and master tapes from the legendary Kingston studios. Kingston's community event today is the Jaria Reggae Open University at the Edna Manley College, a public panel discussion focusing on the global evolution of Jamaican culture. Montego Bay. St. James Parish officials are unveiling a new water security plan to update the piping infrastructure for rural communities surrounding Montego Bay. Montego Bay's community event today is the Sandals Foundation Community Project, where local volunteers are gathering to paint and restore a primary school library. Ocho Rios. The Urban Development Corporation, or the UDC, has begun a new phase of the Ocho Rios Promenade, extending the walking path to connect more beaches to the town center. Ocho Rios community event today is the Bob Marley birthday tributes at various community venues. Local gatherings celebrating the philosophy and message of the reggae icon. And Negril. The Negril Green Island Area Local Planning Authority is seeking public input today on new zoning laws to protect the West End Cliffs from overdevelopment. The Negril community event today is the Beach Vendor Showcase at 7 Mile Beach, an event highlighting local craftspeople and traditional Jamaican wood carvings. Cayman Islands. The Cayman Islands government is launching a new seagrass protection initiative today to restore vital marine habitats around Grand Cayman. Grand Cayman, the island's community event today is Community Chess at Sun House at 5:30 p.m., a weekly open-air gathering for players of all ages and skill levels. Nassau, Bahamas. The Ministry of Tourism has announced a heritage trail expansion in Nassau, highlighting historic sites from the era of the Loyalists and the early settlers. Nassau's community event today is the Morning Tennis Social at the National Tennis Center, a community-led tournament for local enthusiasts to connect and stay active. Nigeria. The Nigerian Ministry of Education has signed a partnership with a global tech firm to bring 5,000 solar-powered classrooms to rural northern states. Nigeria's community event today is the Peace and Humanity Forum at Bond FM Ikeja, a public forum discussing community development and social cohesion. Ghana. Ghana's Ministry of Communication is hosting a tech diaspora summit today to integrate returning Ghanaians into the country's growing fintech sector. Ghana's community event today is the Community Pancake Day at local Kiwanis Club, a neighborhood breakfast event to raise funds for school supplies. The Netherlands. The Dutch government has officially nominated Steenja van Veldhoven as the new Minister for Climate and Green Growth. The Netherlands community event today is Startup Village Social in Amsterdam, a networking event for environmental tech innovators and local entrepreneurs. Vietnam. The Vietnamese Ministry of Culture is launching a nationwide Library on Wheels program to bring more literature to remote mountainous regions. Vietnam's community event today is the Spring Flower Market in Hanoi, the closing day of the traditional tech season market featuring floral displays and calligraphy. And France. Paris officials are holding a press conference today to announce a new cooling canal project that will use river water to air condition public buildings. France's community event today is the Metro Modernization Previews at various metro stations, public displays showing the future of Paris's automated transit system. All right, on to our weather. New York, cloudy today with a high of 33 and a low of 21. Los Angeles, light rain today with a high of 64 and a low of 56. Chicago, cloudy today with a high of 40 and a low of 28. Atlanta, cloudy today with a high of 69 and a low of 45. Houston, cloudy today with a high of 74 and a low of 62. Miami, sunny today with a high of 72 and a low of 61. Tampa, sunny today with a high of 74 and a low of 48. Newport Richey, sunny today with a high of 69 and a low of 47. And Milwaukee, cloudy today with a high of 38 and a low of 25. Kingston, partly sunny today with a high of 78 and a low of 65. Montego Bay, partly sunny today with a high of 77 and a low of 73. Ocho Rios, rain today with a high of 73 and a low of 69. Negril, sunny today with a high of 81 and a low of 74. Cayman Islands, partly sunny today with a high of 78 and a low of 76. Nassau, sunny today with a high of 73 and a low of 64. Nigeria, cloudy today with a high of 91 and a low of 72. Ghana, rain today with a high of 98 and a low of 77. Netherlands, light rain today with a high of 44 and a low of 35. And France, cloudy today with a high of 52 and a low of 46. All right, on to our sports. In the NBA final scores from yesterday, we had the Detroit Pistons over the Charlotte Hornets, 110 to 104. A physical game saw 4 players and the Hornets coach Charles Lee ejected. Detroit ended Charlotte's 9-game winning streak. Next up, we have Orlando Magic over the Milwaukee Bucks, 118 to 99. Orlando dominated at home, handing the struggling Bucks another double-digit loss. Brooklyn Nets over the Chicago Bulls, 123 to 115. Brooklyn pulled away in the fourth quarter to secure a solid home win. Next up, we have the Utah Jazz over the Miami Heat, 115 to 111. A late game surge by Utah stunned the Heat crowd in Miami. Minnesota Timberwolves over the Atlantic Hawks, 138 to 116. Minnesota's offense was unstoppable, putting up 138 points in a blowout. We have the New Orleans Pelicans over the Sacramento Kings, 120 to 94. The Pelicans cruised to a 26-point victory over the sluggish Kings squad. Next up, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers over the Denver Nuggets, 119 to 117. Donovan Mitchell had 32 points, outdueled Nikola Jokic, triple-double, and a nail-biter. Golden State Warriors over the Memphis Grizzlies, 114 to 113. Golden State escaped with a 1-point win after a frantic final possession. Next, we have the Oklahoma City Thunder over the Los Angeles Lakers, 119 to 110. The young Thunder squad proved too fast for the Lakers in the fourth quarter. And last, we have the Portland Trail Blazers over the Philadelphia 76ers, 135 to 118. And today in the NBA, we have the Pacers and the Knicks. Tip-off is at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on MSG, FanDuel Sports, Indiana, and TSN. We also have the Clippers and the Rockets at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on NBA TV, Space City Home Network, and FanDuel SoCal. And we have the Mavericks and the Suns will be at 9 p.m. on NBA League Pass, KTVK, and KFAA. And the Spurs and the Lakers at 10:30 p.m. also on Spectrum Sportsnet and NBA League Pass. All right, in Jamaican soccer, yesterday it was the Cavalier over Spanish Town Police, 5-0. And today they had the Tivoli Gardens versus the Arnett Gardens will be at 7:30 tonight on Sportsmax and TVJ Sports. All right, on to our daily feature, which of course is Tell Me Something Good Tuesday. Our topic today is Black farmers are making a comeback. So here's something good for your Tuesday. Black-owned farms are rising again across the U.S. After decades of decline due to discrimination, land loss, and lack of access to resources, a new generation of Black farmers is reclaiming land, rebuilding community agriculture, and restoring ancestral foodways. Organizations like the National Black Farmers Association and local cooperatives are helping families secure grants, equipment, and training. Many of these farmers are also leading the charge in sustainable agriculture, organic produce, and community-supported food programs. So the good news is growing, literally. Support a Black farmer, buy local, and honor the legacy of the hands that feed this nation. All right, on to our book club, where we are reading The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. Today's subject is the power of self-talk. Agreement 1 starts with how you talk to yourself. If your inner voice is beating you up, you're breaking the agreement before you even speak to anyone else. We've inherited generations of criticism, survival talk, and don't get too confident messaging. This agreement invites us to rewrite that script. So instead of saying, I can't do this, try, I'm learning this. Instead of saying, I'm always messing up, say, I'm growing. You look in the mirror and your first thought is, I look tired, I'm behind, I'm not enough. But shift those words to saying, I'm still here, I'm still growing, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. So talk to yourself like you're trying to heal yourself. Be gentle to you, and your spirit will hear you. Also, all right, on to the cause of the day, which is let me get it right. Idiopathic intracranial hypertension, which is IIH. It's a condition where pressure builds around the brain without a detectable cause. It mimics symptoms of a brain tumor, but without an actual tumor. Most common in women of childbearing age. The symptoms are severe headaches, vision changes or temporary blindness, ringing in the ears, nausea, neck or shoulder pain, and light sensitivity. So treatments include medications to reduce fluid pressure, weight management, spinal fluid drainage, optic nerve monitoring, and surgery in most severe cases. There is no prevention, but maintaining a healthy weight may reduce the risk. If you want more information on IIH, contact the Intracranial Hypertension Research Foundation, an American Academy of Neurology, or also the Mayo Clinic Neurology Department. All right, today in history, in 1964, the Civil Rights Act of 1964 passes the House of Representatives, a major milestone in the fight against segregation and discrimination, paving the way for equal rights protections. In 1942, the Battle of Los Angeles air raid siren sound. A false alarm during World War II triggered a citywide blackout and anti-aircraft fire, later inspiring movies and UFO legends. In 1992, Alex Haley, author of Roots, passes away. Haley's groundbreaking work reshaped African American storytelling and sparked a national conversation about ancestry and identity. All right, in African American history, in 1927, Leontyne Price was born. A legendary soprano, became one of the first African American opera stars to achieve international acclaim. In 1964, civil rights leaders announced the Mississippi Freedom Summer Project, a massive voter registration campaign aimed at empowering Black Mississippians and challenging Jim Crow suppression. And in 2007, Barack Obama announces his presidential candidacy. Standing on the steps of Old State Capitol in Illinois, Obama launched a historic campaign that will reshape American politics. All right, on to African American scientists and inventors. First up, we have Dr. Ernest Everett Just, a groundbreaking biologist whose research on cell structure and fertilization transformed modern embryology. Next up is Lewis Latimer. Latimer made electric lighting practical and affordable, and he drafted the original patent drawings for Alexander Graham Bell's telephone. And Dr. Patricia Bath. Her invention restored sight to people who have been blind for decades and revolutionized ophthalmology worldwide. All right, on to our Back to Roots segment, where we are spotlighting language and identity with proverbs, greetings, and names. So first up, we have a proverb from Ethiopia, and it reads, Esbek kesbekes inkula ba'e jeronahon, meaning slowly, slowly, even an egg can walk. This Ethiopian proverb teaches patience and persistence. Even the impossible becomes possible with steady effort. It's a reminder that growth takes time, but progress is progress. Next up is greeting from Zulu, and it is sawubana, meaning I see you. This greeting is spiritual. It means I see your humanity, your presence, your work. The response is in Nkona, meaning I am here. It's a cultural affirmation of identity and existence. And last, name. It comes from Igbo in Nigeria, and it is Chinasa, meaning God answers prayers. Igbo names are often reflect gratitude, divine protection, or family testimony. And Chinasa is a name of hope, a reminder that blessings come in their own time. All right, down the rabbit hole we go. Today's topic is the food industry and the human meat myth. So today we're exploring one of the most disturbing rumors online, the idea that the food industry secretly uses humans for meat. So let's be clear, there is zero scientific, legal, or investigative evidence that any food companies uses human flesh. None. Not in the US, not globally. So why does this myth exist? It comes from history and mistrust. In 1906, Upton Sinclair's The Jungle exposed horrific conditions in Chicago meat packing plants. The public learned that rats fell into the meat grinders, spoiled meat was chemically treated, workers suffered amputations, and factories hid contaminations. This wasn't fiction. It led to the creation of the FDA and the USDA. So fast forward today. The food industry is a $1.5 trillion global machine with hidden supply chains, additives people can't pronounce, factory farming, corporate secrecy, environmental scandals. When people feel disconnected from their food, they fill the gaps with fear. The human meat myth isn't about cannibalism, it's about broken trust. It reflects deeper questions like, what am I really eating? Who controls my food? Why don't they tell us everything? The rabbit hole here is about transparency, not terror. So these statements I got off of the FDA website, the USDA website, Harvard School of Public Health, and the National Inspection Act of 1906. So what inspired this was, it was one video I saw on TikTok where a woman asked a question pertaining to McDonald's. And she mentioned that even in their sign, they saying they feed 69 million people per day. And there's 8 billion people on Earth. So how is it possible that they're using actual cows and chickens to feed all these people per day? Which is a question, that makes you say, I wonder how that is possible. But then you go into other, videos that say that their fast food meat is being genetically engineered, so which makes you wonder, what you are eating at fast foods. Now, restaurants, I can still say, if you get a burger or anything, it looks like you made it at home sometimes. But the fast food ones, if you notice, like when I was a kid, going to McDonald's was good. It was actual burger. You can taste it. You can see it. Now you have to find it in between the bun. It's way smaller than the bun. And it looked ashy. So it just makes you want to, question like, okay, what is this? Where's the beef, as the old commercial used to say. All right, on to our fact or fiction. We are spotlighting creatures of legend. First up, werewolves in Africa, the Ads and Baka regions. The claim is humans can shapeshift into animals. And the internet says it's fiction, but it's rooted in cultural symbolism. In West African folklore, the odds, Iwe culture, and Baka, Cameroon culture, represent spiritual forces, not literal shape-shifting. In Iwe folklore, the odds is a shape-shifting vampire spirit that often takes form of a firefly. These stories were used to explain illness, misfortune, or moral lessons. Next up, we have the Mamiwata sightings. The claim is a water spirit appears as a mermaid-like figure across Africa and the diaspora. This verdict has been unproven. Not, not fiction, not fact, but unproven. Mami Wata is one of the most widespread African spiritual figures, a powerful water spirit or mermaid goddess recognized across Western, Central, and Southern Africa. Sightings are symbolic, spiritual, and visionary, not biological. Anthropologists confirm the figure predates European mermaid myths. All right, and last, Bigfoot or Sasquatch. The claim, a large ape-like creature roams North American forests. Verdict, unproven. Not fiction, not fact, but unproven. Indigenous tribes have legends of wild men long before modern sightings. No bones, no DNA, or verified evidence has ever been found, but thousands of sightings have been documented and persist. All right, on to our tip of the day, which is use password managers for stronger security. So what is it? A password manager stores all of your passwords in one secure vault and creates strong, unique passwords for every account. Most people reuse passwords, and that's how accounts get hacked. Cybersecurity show 81% of data breaches come from weak or reused passwords. So how do we use this password manager? Choose a trusted password manager first. You have First Password, Bitwarden, or Dashlane. Create one strong master password. Let the app generate and save all other passwords. Enable autofill for quick logins. It's the easiest way to protect your digital life. On to our finance tip of the day, which is use the 50-30-20 budget rule. It's a simple budgeting method that divides your income into 50% for needs, which is your rent, your food, your utilities, your 30% wants, entertainment, dining out, and 20% should go into savings and paying off debt. It's one of the easiest budgeting systems to maintain. It prevents overspending, reduces financial anxiety, and ensures you're saving consistently. So how do you do this? You add up your monthly income, multiply by 0.50, 0.30, or 0.20. Use those numbers as your spending limits. Track this using your bank app or a budgeting app. All right. Our fun fact of the day is bananas are berries, but strawberries aren't. Botanically, a berry is a fruit grown from a single flower with one ovary. Bananas fit that description. Strawberries don't, because their seeds sit on the outside and come from multiple ovaries. It shows how everyday language and scientific language doesn't always match. It also highlights how diverse plant biology really is. This classification comes from plant taxonomy rules by the botanists and the USDA. Our fun holiday of the day is it's National Clean Out Your Computer Day, a day dedicated to deleting old files, organizing your digital life, and improving device performance. Digital clutter slows down computers, increases security risks, and makes it harder to find important documents. So tech experts say regular cleanups extend device lifespan. All right, on to our quote of the day, and I read, quote, "Fall down 7 times, stand up 8, end quote, by Denzel Washington. Denzel's message is simple. Resilience is the real superpower. Life will knock you down, careers, relationships, finances, dreams, but the comeback is what defines you. Success isn't about never failing. It's about refusing to stay down." All right, on to our music and entertainment segment. First up, T.I.'s Final Bow. Atlanta icon T.I. confirmed at an ASCAP brunch this week that his upcoming album, Kill the King, will officially be his final studio project before retiring from the music industry to focus on his legacy and other ventures. Next up, Maria Taylor makes history. Longtime broadcaster Maria Taylor became the first Black woman to present the Lombardi Trophy during the Super Bowl pregame festivities on Sunday. In a poetic twist, she presented the trophy to her former high school classmate, Seahawks coach Mike McDonald. And last, Megan Thee Stallion adds new tour dates after sellouts. High demand has led Megan to expand her 2026 tour with additional U.S. cities and European stops. Her global fan base continues to grow, solidifying her as a top touring artist. All right, on to celebrity gossip. Rihanna steps out in New York City wearing a ring that has fans talking. Rihanna was photographed leaving a studio with a new diamond ring. Not that ring, but enough to get the Navy stirred up. So engaged, fashion, or just Rihanna being Rihanna. Next, Michael B. Jordan seen having dinner with a major director. Michael B. Jordan was spotted meeting with Ryan Coogler in Los Angeles. Fans are hoping this means another collaboration is brewing. All right, and NBA All-Star Celebrity Game. The culture is heading to the hardwood. Glorilla and DJ Mustard have officially suited up and were announced as celebrity players for the 2026 NBA All-Star Celebrity Game later this month. All right, on to our celebrity birthdays. First up, we have Yara Shahidi is 26. The Grownish star and Harvard graduate turns 26 today. Beyond acting, Yara has become a powerhouse in social activism and fashion. Next up, we have Uzo Uduba. She's 45 today. The three-time Emmy winner, famously known as Crazy Eyes from Orange is the New Black, celebrates her 45th birthday today. Uzo is currently one of the most respected Black women in theater and television. She often uses her platform to celebrate her Nigerian heritage and has recently been vocal about maternal health. And next up, we have Shedeur Sanders. He's 24 today. The star quarterback and son of Coach Prime Deion Sanders turns 24 today. Now in his sophomore NFL season with the Cleveland Browns, Shedeur has been a consistent topic of conversation this week. He is currently navigating a high-pressure world of being a franchise quarterback while maintaining his massive grown brand. And last up, we have Leontine Price. She is 99 today, one of the most famous opera sopranos in history. As she nears her centennial, Miss Price stands as a living legend who shattered racial barriers at the Metropolitan Opera in the 1960s. She is a true pioneer for Black excellence in classical music. All right, on to our lifestyle segment. Our soul food recipe of today is turkey sausage and pepper skillet with ginger lemon wellness shot. Fresh ginger is potent and is more potent to be used than powdered. So it boosts immunity and reduces inflammation. Men's health tip of the day is check your blood pressure. High blood pressure is called the silent killer. Quick pharmacy checks can save your life. Men, your fashion tip of the day is tailor your t-shirts. A $10 tailoring job can make a $10 shirt look like $100. So women, health beauty tip today is the scalp massage for health hair growth. It stimulates blood flow and reduces tension. Use fingertips or a silicone scalp brush to massage the hair. Women's fashion tip of the day is add a statement earring. Instant glam with zero effort, perfect for Zoom or in-person days. Our household chore of the day is wipe down lights, fixtures, and door handles. Use a disinfecting wipe for a quick clean. Relationship advice today for couples is affirm your partner out loud. Say something encouraging to them today. Love grows stronger when we speak life into each other. Friendships, respect their time and energy. If your friend is busy, don't take it personally. We're all struggling with work, family, and are in survival mode. Situationships, don't confuse vibes with commitment. If they haven't stated intentions, don't build a future in your head. And family, ask an elder a question day. Our elders carry stories, recipes, and wisdom. A simple question keeps the lineage alive. And back before they were legends, we're spotlighting Mr. Tyler Perry. Before the studios, before Medea, there was a struggle. Tyler Perry spent years homeless in Atlanta, living in his car while trying to stage his first play. He faced childhood trauma, abuse, and constant rejection from producers. In 1998, after years of failed shows, he used his last money to rent a theater again. This time, the audience showed up. Word of mouth spread, and the rest is history. Perry became the first African American to own a major film studio outright. His story is a blueprint for resilience and self-belief. And last but not least, our daily horoscopes, where we start with Aries. Momentum builds. Take action on a stalled plan. Your lucky numbers today are 12, 26, and 40. Taurus, comfort brings clarity. Slow down to hear yourself. Your lucky numbers today are 3, 18, and 29. Gemini, your words carry weight today. Speak with intention. Your lucky numbers today are 7, 14, and 33. Cancer, a financial insight helps you make a smart move. Lucky numbers for you today are 9, 22, and 41. Leo, you're magnetic today. Use it wisely. Your lucky numbers today are 11, 27, and 35. Virgo, a small adjustment makes a big difference. Your lucky numbers today are 6, 20, and 38. Libra, harmony returns through honest communication. Your lucky numbers are 4, 19, and 30. Scorpio, your focus is unmatched. Tackle the hard task. Your lucky numbers today are 8, 23, and 44. Sagittarius, a new opportunity sparks excitement. Lucky numbers for you are 10, 17, and 39. Capricorn, your leadership stands out. Don't overplay it. Your lucky numbers are 2, 16, and 31. Aquarius, innovation is your superpower today. Your lucky numbers are 13, 24, and 37. And Pisces, your creativity is heightened. Express it. Your lucky numbers are 5, 21, and 43. All right, on tomorrow's show, we're breaking down the tech tip that helps you spot fake photos online, a finance tip that puts real money back into your pocket, and a fun holiday celebrating women and girls in science. We've also got a powerful new legend in our Before They Were Legend series and the latest celebrity buzz and your midweek horoscopes. At this time, I would like to thank our sponsors, Bello Burn Hot Sauce, Bold Taste, Big Kick. Bello Burn keeps the city spicy. RAS Herbals, Natural Remedies, Real Results. RAS Herbals keeps the community grounded. Calorane Candles, Soft Light, Strong Energy. Calorane Candles elevates every space. And Universal Madness, official sponsor of the Chief and Go show, Style with a Statement. Universal Madness keeps the culture fitted. In our announcements tonight, make sure you watch Kick Back with Cookie with artist Jakin at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at Lux Radio Network on all platforms except TT. And watch us on luxradio.com. All right, family, that's our time for this morning. Until tomorrow morning, my kings and queens, this is your girl, Mell B, saying, don't let nobody tilt your crown. Period.